Have you ever wondered how a conflict such as the recent Ukraine war could suddenly ignite and shake the world? From the peaceful humdrum of everyday life to the deafening clamor of battle, the transition can be abrupt and jarring. It's like a storm that brews silently in the distance then sweeps in without warning. The Ukraine war is one such tempest that has caught the world off guard. A clash that has not only disrupted the lives of millions but also altered the global political landscape. In the next few minutes we delve into the series of events that led to this conflict and its potential implications. The Ukraine war didn't happen overnight, it was a culmination of several events. To understand the lead-up to this conflict, we must delve into the past, to the historical tensions between Ukraine and Russia. These nations share a complex history marked by both cooperation and contention. The dissolution of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s set the stage for a new era, but the transition wasn't smooth. Ukraine, a former Soviet state, sought to establish its own national identity and sovereignty. Meanwhile, Russia, the successor state to the Soviet Union, struggled with the loss of its former territories and influence. This divergence in paths sowed the seeds of discord. The tensions escalated in the early 2000s, when Ukraine began to express aspirations to join the European Union and NATO, a move perceived by Russia as a threat to its sphere of influence. The political landscape was further complicated by the economic dependencies between the two nations, especially in the energy sector. Ukraine's reliance on Russian natural gas and Russia's need for Ukraine's pipeline infrastructure made the relationship even more strained. The situation reached a boiling point in 2014 when Russia annexed Crimea, a region of Ukraine, following a disputed referendum. This act was widely condemned by the international community, but it marked a significant escalation in the conflict. In the years that followed, the eastern regions of Ukraine, particularly Donetsk and Luhansk, became battlegrounds for pro-Russian separatists and Ukrainian forces. Despite multiple ceasefires and peace agreements, the fighting continued, fueled by geopolitical interests and national pride. In the backdrop of all this, the international community played a significant role. Western nations, led by the United States, provided political and military support to Ukraine, further antagonizing Russia. Meanwhile, Russia's actions were met with a series of sanctions, which only served to deepen the divide. These events set the stage for what would become a major global conflict. Once the war ignited, it rapidly evolved, affecting not just Ukraine and Russia but the entire world. In the heart of the conflict, the world witnessed a unique display of resilience and unity. The Ukrainian soccer team, despite their nation being under siege, pressed on, aiming to bring a ray of hope amidst the chaos. They were supported by international bodies such as the English Football Association, proving that the spirit of camaraderie extends even into the realm of sports. On the battlefield, the stakes were high and the clashes intense. The strategically critical town of Vuhledar became a focal point of the conflict. Ukraine's International Legion, composed of foreign fighters, held the line, their determination unwavering. Among them was Jason Mann, a former U.S. Marine, who saw his involvement as a moral imperative, echoing the sentiments of thousands of other foreign fighters. Internationally, the war drew the attention and concern of leaders worldwide. The visits to Kyiv by high-ranking officials, including U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, were not just symbolic gestures. They were a testament to Ukraine's enduring sovereignty and a challenge to the forces attempting to crush it. Yet the war was not without its cost. Everyday life was disrupted, homes were damaged, and the threat of violence was ever present. The impact on civilians was profound, leaving scars that will take time to heal. The war also highlighted the interconnectedness of our world. It demonstrated that a conflict in one corner of the globe resonates across borders, prompting reactions, interventions, and expressions of solidarity from nations near and far. The war has left an indelible mark on Ukraine, Russia, and indeed the entire international community. Now we must ask, what could be the potential implications of this war? It's a question that hovers in the minds of everyone watching this conflict unfold. In a world that's more interconnected than ever, the ripples of this war will touch every corner of the globe. In the realm of global politics, the war has already shifted alliances and sparked debates about national security and sovereignty. It's likely that these discussions will continue to evolve, reshaping the diplomatic landscape in ways we can't yet fully predict. Economically, the war's effects are far-reaching. Global markets have been rocked, supply chains disrupted, and the cost of living for millions has spiked. The rebuilding process for Ukraine will be monumental, with a price tag that will undoubtedly impact global economies. On a societal level, the war's impact is both profound and deeply personal. Millions of lives have been uprooted and forever changed. The psychological and emotional toll of war will linger, shaping the narratives and identities of individuals and communities alike. And what of peace? The path to resolution remains uncertain. It's a complex tapestry of negotiations, compromises, and, hopefully, healing. The long-term effects on Ukraine and Russia, and indeed on all the countries involved, will depend largely on the nature of this peace. Only time will tell how the Ukraine war will shape our world. But one thing is certain, its impact will be felt for generations to come.